Welcome to today's learning about how is the administration done during the medieval period. Let us look into that. Let me quickly share my screen. So the administration in the kingdom. How was the administration in the kingdoms during the medieval period? They used to assume the kingdoms. Once a king is assuming any kingdom, he used to have a title which is high sounding title, very big title, very difficult to pronounce sometimes. Let us see. Yes, Maharaja Raja. That was the title. I think in movies you might have watched the titles like this. Or one more example is given, that is Tribhuvana Chakravartin. Tribhuvana Chakravartin. So these titles are high sounding titles which were assumed or given to the kings once they take the administration into their control. So with whom along they used to share their powers. They used to share their powers with the associations of traders and brahmanas. Traders means the businessmen people. In the modern day, how we are looking at the businessmen people, similarly, the traders used to do trading from one region to another region. So they are sharing their power with the association of traders. The heads of the associations will be in touch with the king. Then the associations of the brahmanas. As in the previous lectures, we discussed, if you have to perform the Hiranyagarbha ritual, then you need to help of the Brahmins. So the Brahmanas associations are very closely working with the king. Apart from them, we also have the Samantas, who are subordinates, who share their power with the king, or king share their power with them. And we also have the associations of peasants, who are having some share in the power. So the kings, once they assume the administration, they have high sounding titles like Maharaja Diraja, Tribhuvana Chakravartin, and they also share their power with certain associations like the associations of traders, the associations of brahmanas, the associations of peasants, and also the samantas. Why samantas? Because they will give military support during the times of warfare or whenever the king calls for help. So this is one aspect of administration. Let us look at the revenue, the resource, from where they are getting the resources. In the administration, the resources play a very, very important role, because if you don't have money, you can't do anything. So money plays an important role for the tax collection. So, they used to call the tax during this particular period as rent, and they are paying to the lord. Who is the lord here? The king is considered as the lord of the land. So he will be taking rent from artisans who do their own works, peasants, those who are doing peasants agriculture. Then we have cattle keepers, they have to pay tax. Revenue from the traders. If you do trading, you have to pay tax. And they also obtained certain amount of taxes from the producers, those who are producing any kind of goods. So the tax is collected on the name of rent. From whom they used to collect the tax? Artisans, peasants, cattle keepers, revenue from traders, and also they obtained from producers. Who used to collect these taxes? So that's very important. Will king appoint somebody from the soldiers or from somewhere else? Let us look at that. Yeah, collection of revenue. He used to appoint people from influential families, the families which are very famous, the families which have high respect. Sometimes they used to employ their close relatives for the collection of revenue, because it is a very important resource, as I told you before. And mostly this work is done on hereditary basis. If your father is doing the collection, definitely a chance will be given to the successor, the son. The same applies for army also. So from whom the tax is collected, how it is collected. That's the first point what we discussed. How is the tax collected? Collection of revenue is the second aspect what we are looking to. And the third aspect is, for what are these resources used for? Once you collect it as rent from the people and you are deriving it, for what you are using it? That's another important aspect. So let us look at that. It is used for construction of temples and forts. During the olden days, I mean during the medieval period, the kings used to build a fabulous and fantastic temple, which are famous even today. So people used to spend a lot of money, especially the rulers, in construction of temples and splendid forts for their safety. This is one reason for what they spend the resources. Second thing, if king want to do any establishment, king want any constructions to be done, king want any water tanks to be dug, for all those aspects, they used to use these resources. And finally, as we all know, for fighting the wars. So king used to use these resources for fighting the wars. So the administration of the kingdom, first they take the sounding titles, then they look at the aspects which are very, very important. So in today's video, we learned about 5 important aspects. So the first one is title, high sounding title. Next one, with whom does he share the power? Third one, from whom the tax is collected. Fourth one, how is the revenue collected? Who collects the revenue? The influential families, their relatives on the hereditary basis. The same goes for army. And lastly, for what are these resources used for? So the construction of temples, forts, financing the king's establishments, palace maintenance, and also fighting in the wars. So that's how the administration used to be happened in the medieval period. So in this video, we discussed how the kings used to take the title, sharing of power, and aspects related to resources. We have many more videos to come. Stay tuned. Please consider subscription. Thank you.